Hello, and welcome to this, my fellow cadets and the Ponke army and the Shark Cat army and all the other communities that we have here in the chat. It's going to be a very fun special edition of the Planetary Call today, PPP focused. Let us know where you're calling in from in the chat. Let us know who you're excited to see. Oh, is that the new, that's PPP? We just do this 3 times? I like that. That's good. We're going to get started here in just a second, folks. I see Ordy in the chat. Shout out. And a few other folks. This is why we can't start just yet. We gotta max that core strength. So give us a second to flex those out.
Yeah, what the fuck is that, man?
Look at this. Look at the muscle. Look at the definition here, dude. You can't post this stuff and not expect me to use it. Shout out to Srijani for helping put this one together. So we are abs maxing. We are trying to find a doctor. There's been a lot of ladies who are fainting all over Vietnam right now due to Soju's Riz. Soju, the lady killer, in the chat. And so we got to find some doctors to help them out. And of course, we are rejecting PvP and we are embracing PPP, which is what this call today is all about. We're going to get started here in 3, 2, and 1. There it is, the Planetary Call special PPP edition. It is good to have everyone here. This might be a special edition, but we're still starting the same way we always do with the unofficial cadet theme song. Boom. Drop a little jam in the chat if you're feeling good. There's a lot of stuff going on today on Solana. There's no doubt. I think everybody is glued to their screens.
So much stuff going on. Fucking insane.
Too much fucking stuff going on, if we're being very honest. If you don't know already, my name is Cash Donda. I'll be the host for this call. I'm the lead for the Uplink working group, which produces this and a bunch of other content for Jupiter. And I'm joined, as always, by the King Cat himself, the man with the best abs in all of crypto, Meow. Mr. Meow. Drop a little meow in the chat for my guy over here. We're going to jump right into it, folks, because we have 7 guests this time around. It's pretty wild, actually. This is going to be our largest ever Planetary Call from just a sheer guest perspective. But there's too many great communities. We got to showcase them all. So how this is going to work, we're not talking about token price for anybody. What we're here to do is celebrate people and, in particular, the communities that are powering all of these different teams, including Jupiter, of course. So get active in the chat. We're going to have a fun time with it. But to kick things off, I'm going to throw the mic over to Meow to talk a little bit more about what the PPP mindset is all about. Meow, confirmed lover of acronyms. Talk to us about PPP.
Yeah. Hello, guys. So first of all, like it's a really exciting time for me. I think we are entering a real vanguard, right, of change, right? But I think the whole world is gonna descend to Solana and kind of really I think really start to see the power of meme coins and communities, right? But before that happens, and I actually think that there's actually so many great communities, right, in Solana that exist before that, right? Whether it's where many of them are here today, right? And I think one of the things that I've been working through for a while now is the idea of PPP versus PVP, right? Because I think one of the things that we always hear about is the idea of crypto being PVP, right? We attract a lot of people in, and then we create a situation whereby we pump something, and then we wait for a large scale come in and exit liquidity, right? So I think that's actually something that I think, unfortunately, is a very common mindset. Actually, and the funny thing is that even among the people who really believe in crypto, right, they actually also believe that crypto is PVP, right? But if you think about it, right, it's not true, right? Because if you think about like the best communities, like Bitcoin or ETH and maybe J.U.P, and it's actually all centered around like PPP, right? Like we really like good communities, right? They really want the last person to win, right? in PvP communities, they want the last person to lose, right? Make sense? But in PPP, they want the last person to win, right? So actually, so if you think about it, right, PPP is an infinite game, right? It goes on for as long as many people can, because everyone that joins wins at the end, right? No matter how late they are, right? So it's an infinite game, right? But then if you treat communities as PvP, right, then it's a very finite game, right? Basically the last sucker that joins loses. So I feel like the main thing I think we wanna promote here, right, is the idea of like PPP, whereby we say, okay, let us build communities, let us attract users in the right communities, where it is much more about making sure the last person wins. And so that's the reason why. But why is it so hard though? It's actually hard because PvP is easier, right? It's very easy, right? It's actually PvP is extremely easy. The skill is very simple. Okay, if we show this thing together, and stuff, someone buys a thing, and because it's matching in the money, right? When someone buys something grows in value, right? Then everyone gets richer, right? So and then we can just find the last guy to put money in, right? So I feel like it's actually the easy way to kind of do things. However, it's obviously as you mentioned before, not so sustainable, right? But I think if we start to as an ecosystem, right, we really start to differentiate between communities that are they're looking to let last guy win, right? Versus someone saying everyone wins crypto. Yeah, for sure, everyone wins crypto. Guys, we created a $2 trillion industry or nothing. Guys, come on, think about it. Guys, for anyone who don't think everyone can win, guys, we created a $2 trillion out of nothing industry or nothing. Okay, lots of people won. Okay, so it's possible for everyone to win. It's possible. Okay, it's definitely possible, right? It's definitely possible.
This is what value creation is all about, right?
Sorry.
This is what value creation is all about. You're creating new value and letting everyone participate in the upside.
I'm not saying everyone will win, right? I'm saying that it's possible for everyone to win. It's two different things, you see, right? But obviously, if we as an ecosystem, we constantly promote communities that are clearly PvP, right? Then we don't deserve it, right? So at least from Jupiter's point of view, right? And certainly for this call, we have put together a number of people and stuff that we think embodies the PPP method, right? I think, and it's proven over time, right? So I think I mean we'll talk a lot more about this PPP idea over the next month, right? But in summary, a few things. Number one, I think PPP will win the end. Why? Because it's the best mindset in crypto, right? It combines communal vision and profiteering, right? And secondly, PPP is not cynical. It's not delusional as well, right? It's both idealistic and pragmatic, right? And lastly, PPP will win because it's the only way. Because PPP communities always eat themselves up in the end, right? So PPP will win in the end. So I feel like so I think in any case, I feel like what we can do is to really start to be part of and to join communities and to invest in communities that are clearly one last year to win, right? And then when we enter community and stuff, I feel like at least for me and stuff, right, I'm always looking to figure out how do I help the last user. I mean, for Jupiter, for example, right? It's always like, hey, how do I encourage the whole J.U.P community, right, to help the last user, last J.U.P buyer, right? Last community participant to win. Right? I feel like if we keep on doing that, then it grows. And then the J.U.P community grows. Does that make sense? If we as a community have the mindset of helping the last user, the last community member, and the last holder wins, then we're in good shape. Right? But if we go, okay, no, I want them to buy my bags. Right? Then I think it's not good. Right?
It's the wrong mentality.
Yeah. So that's it. So that's all for the essay. I think read through it. Let me know what I think. Right? And I won't talk too much. There are lots of great teams out here today, so I want to hear from them. Let's go.
Let's go. So that is the PPP mindset. I think this is like an essential piece of kind of mental programming for how the Jupiter community specifically, but also crypto communities more broadly, can distinguish themselves and ensure better outcomes for everyone. As we onboard more people, the only way they're going to stick around is if we have this kind of PPP mentality. Drop a little PPP in the chat for me if you are also excited about people handling their business in this way. What we want to do now is bring up a few community leaders who have been kind of embracing this for a while. We're going to do a relatively fast kind of introduction of all the different communities here, so just 2 or 3 minutes for each one. And then we'll bring everyone up on stage and we'll do a big old discussion at the end about some of the things that are going on. The chat flooded with PPP right now, which is what I love to see. First up, here's the full essay, of course, as well. Go check this out on meow.bio for anyone who hasn't fully read it, or on Twitter. It's great stuff. First up, I want to try bringing up bsol from the Tremp team. B, are you with us?
Hi, yes I am.
Hi, hello.
Hello.
Legend. How's it going?
Oh, thank you. I'm good. How are you guys?
Crazy day.
Another day in paradise.
Crazy.
You know, B, that is the truth. But I'd love for you to tell the folks, or anyone who is not already familiar with Tremp, a little bit about what you think makes the Tremp community special here.
I think we're a community takeover from literally half an hour after the coin started. So from the beginning, it was very community led. Obviously, I helped lead it with a couple of my other guys, but I think that everyone feels ownership of Tremp, and I think that that's the very special thing about it. I mean, our campaign is Dolan Tremp, president of Solana. We have not only integrated our own community, but we've integrated all the other communities from the beginning. Spoody, shout out to Spoody, Croccat. It's just been really special to not only champion your own coin, but also all the other communities on Solana. And I think that's the main thing for me that we've tried to do, is not be, it's not like, okay, Tremp is the best coin, everyone only invest in Tremp. It's like Solana as a whole, everyone should be supporting each other. So I think that's the main thing from us about our community, is like we support everyone.
Actually,
sounds like PPP to me.
No. That's a really good point. I think if you look at whether it's Igli or whether it's Totally, right? I think there's this thing whereby, or even Vitalik, right? There's this very supportive nature. Obviously, if things are shit, you'll say it's shit, right?
Yeah.
But there's also this really supportive nature to their own community members, to other projects. You know what I'm saying? Right? And to kind of the whole ecosystem, into crypto as a whole, right? And I think that kind of mindset is also actually really important, right? So a question for you though, and which is why I'm always a bit icky when I see communities engage in adversarial behavior, right? It's kind of weird for me. But B, question for you. There are obviously a lot of Trump coins, right? Trump related coins, right? So one of the things I'm always curious about is how do you why do you think Trump really kind of got to became the Trump coin? So that's my question for you. Yeah.
So I think where our vision was from the beginning is that you have Trump coins on obviously Ethereum, but there was no Trump coin on Solana. So what we wanted to do was kind of bring the Trump energy, but to Solana. So Solana's kind of like the fun chain, right? You have all the meme coins on Solana. So I think that people just saw the fun in Trump. It's not all, everything doesn't always have to be serious. And in no way are we making fun of Trump at all. But you take the election cycle and you meme it. And that's exactly what we've done. It's not been, entirely serious. It's been like we've memed what's been going on in the real world. And I think that that's something that people really enjoy. All of our memes are hand drawn as well. So I think it just brings an element of the real world is scary and we're trying to make it a bit fun.
That is such a good insight, by the way, because if you had taken the exact Trump photo and put it as Trump, right? I don't think it would resonate. But I think the fact that it was still Trump, but you tram it up and you make it funny, I think that's actually really important. I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a meme coin, right? So you have to be a meme, but you can still have different aspects of Trump. Like I'm sure that people that support Trump, invest in Trump and so on, but also people that just enjoy what we do. They enjoy our memes. Like from the beginning, we've always, pioneered kind of content and so on. We work so hard on content for our community, but also for everyone. So yeah, that's kind of what we do.
And do you draw all of these yourself, or do you have a team that's? Are these all community generated? Where's all this banger content coming from?
So we have an art team. So yeah, everything is hand drawn. It's kind of funny. We wake up in the morning and then our art chat is like, "All right, boys, what we gonna meme today?" And we'll just like we'll have like it's like a little think tank. It's like sometimes it's random. Sometimes like yesterday we did Tremp in a kimono and stuff like that. Or sometimes it's like I said, integrating other communities. We've done Harambe ones. We did Croc Cat ones. Or sometimes it's like we meme what Trump is doing as well. So it's a really good mix of like fun, serious, and then just Solana as a whole.
Love to see it. Excellent.
You made a fun observation though. You said Solana is a fun chain, right? So
Yeah.
So how do you think the difference in traction happens between say a meme coin Ethereum and a meme coin on Solana?
I think that potentially the people that are investing on Solana are maybe a bit different as well. I mean, my view of Solana is like everyone that I've come into contact with is everyone is for meme coins, whereas on other chains it's potentially meme coins come second. So considering that, in my opinion, the focus on Solana is meme coins, that would be why.
Got it. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? I mean, we have always been the glass eating chain, and always a chain that like other people. It's funny. I feel like that's actually a really good mindset to be open minded, right? I think Bitcoin wasn't very open minded, and then Ethereum came, and then Ethereum wasn't very open minded, and then Solana came, right? So I think it's interesting. I think.
Yeah, there's this culture of like not looking down your nose at anything and be like, hey, people like it if it's fun and people are enjoying themselves and doing good things together. It has a place on Solana, which I think is really the way forward. Awesome. We'll bring you back up in just a little bit, but I do want to introduce some of our other guests. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Cheers. So moving along here, do we have?
It's really cool to talk to her. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean Tremp is obviously great.
Yeah.
Do we have Galactic Geckos in the back? I can't actually see. Galactic Geckos, if you're here, Genuine Articles, if you're here, let me know in the private chat. But in the meantime, why don't we go over next to our dear friend from Ponke, who I know is a very popular in the chat. Ponke is here.
GM. What's up?
GM, what's going on, my friend? For anyone who does not know, and it seems like most of the chat already does know, what can you tell people about Ponke and how it started?
Yeah, Ponke is a coin for the people. Ponke is meant to represent all of us degens on Solana, playing the Solana casino for our own games. And there's something here for everyone. Whether you own 1 Ponke token or 1 million Ponke tokens, you are part of the Ponke army, the Ponke family.
That's what we love to see. I'm just looking at the Ponke, it just makes me laugh.
One question, right, is that it's obviously really impressive, like how much like how great the community is, right? And also like because I tweeted something, I asked for great communities, and man, like Ponke is when it came all over.
We show up. Yeah, I see him in the chat right now.
Show up, right? I feel like the energy is really great and stuff. So I'm thinking like, and to me, I think one of the key metrics for me in the PPP is around like, does the community want the project to succeed, or do they want themselves to succeed? Right?
Yeah. Right.
And to me, I feel like Ponke was great because everyone just wants Ponke to win, right? I'm saying, and they think Ponke is good for the space, right? And to me, that's like PPP. Right. So
our whole mission is to onboard to Solana. Right. I mentioned that we're a token for the people, that we are all Ponke, and that's really the mission. We want to win in that content marketing game and draw people into the Ponke brand. We set out to create this brand, this character that's totally original, that's organic, stemming from the crypto space, coming right out of Solana. And that's why we did it. We did it so that we could onboard to this space, so that we could appeal to everyone far and wide, and let them know what's going on here and what's so cool about crypto and this decentralized vision for the future. Is again, like you own 1 token, you own 1 million tokens, you're part of this. And that's something that's very unique, I think, to the blockchain landscape.
Are there specific things that you or other community members have done that have created such like a rapidly engaged base of holders and community members?
I think just getting out there and really winning with respect to Instagram engagement, to the gifts that we've got on Twitter, you know, showing that lifestyle, I think that people dream and aspire to. We've got some reels on Instagram that have like 40 million plus views. It's pretty unreal, and that's all organic. It's immensely impressive and a true testament to the team that makes Ponke run in the background. You know, it's not just me. There's many other folks out there. We've got an amazing social gal that schedules all of our reels, our Twitter posts. We've got marketers that are just absolute chads, and of course the staff in the Telegram, the community in Telegram, second to none.
Gotta love it. I'm scrolling through and seeing all of these here. These are all pretty great. Meow, you're muted, my friend.
One thing that actually I want to ask is this, right? It's like many people in the comments, right, saying that, okay, communities when they first start, it always a PPP, right? It's always like you can't help it but be PPP, right?
Yeah.
But somehow some communities they cross the curve, right? And then to be like, oh, I really care for this project, I care for each other, right? I want this to be around, right? So my question for you is, do you think that Ponke has crossed that curve, and what do you think got you guys through that curve?
Yeah, I think, well, the mission's to be relatable, right? So on the surface, we're not PvP. We're trying to be this brand and character that anyone can see themselves in, right? And I think just the nature of Ponke is right PPP. I was really stoked to see that essay, and we retweeted it.
Oh, really?
And left our own thoughts too on it, so you can check.
I read it. Thank
Twitter
you so much.
To see that, but yeah, that's the ethos, right? That's what we want to be. We want to be something that we want to be a brand that everyone can feel like they're a part of, and I think we've done that. I think you see that in the chat. You see it amongst our community day in and day out. Really, nobody raids quite like the Ponke army.
No, I mean the raid is amazing. I was like, holy shit!
See that on Telegram and on Twitter. Yeah.
I mean, actually, the reason why I invited you guys on is because I saw the raid and like, wow, this is intense. This is different, right? You know, right? Actually, but to your point, right? I think one thing that's actually really important to mention is this, right? As we start to bring on all these people in the crypto, right? Remember the SBF, FTX those days, right? You know what I'm saying, or Do Kwon days and stuff, right? I think it's very important to bring them to communities with good culture, right? Because then they see, oh, cool, all right, this is actually what crypto is about. It's a welcoming space, right? That doesn't aim to rock anyone, right? We can't promise that the price goes out every day and stuff, but we try our best to create this like great environment. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel like that, and I feel like Ponke feels like a really great space for people to come into, you know?
Yeah, and beyond the token, we're doing that with product too. We've announced a platform called Meme Trend. We haven't said too much about it, but it will support Solana and Base tokens. So we're thinking well beyond even our existing ecosystem, and really thinking about how we can support all of crypto, frankly, with that onboarding mission, and that relatability that I think is so key. The meme coin cycle has shown, I think, very similarly to the NFT cycle, that when you provide a brand and character for people to connect with, they do, right? They find themselves in that character, and they want to be part of it long term. And it's not like it's very easy necessarily to go from fiat to crypto, and part of our mission is to help streamline that onboarding method, and in a way that not just benefits Ponke but benefits everybody.
Cool. PPP. Let's go.
PPP. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll bring you back up for a little group discussion in a bit, but it's a pleasure to have the whole Ponke army here. Is it Ponke Army? Is that the name of the community? How do you guys?
Ponke Army. Yeah.
Ponke Army. I see a lot of helmets in the chat as well. So the army is in the trenches, yes, clearly right now, which is great to see. All right, we'll bring you back up in just a little bit, my friend. Let's hear from our next community. Let's see, where is Tommy?
The fittest guy in crypto. Let's go.
Tommy, unfortunately, you need to connect your mic and cam before I can add you to the stream, brother. Let's see, did this work? Tommy, you with us?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. So Tommy is working on MockJUP. Do we have any MockJUP fans in the audience? I think that we just might. We have one right there who's doing it as well. Tommy, for anyone who does not know about MockJUP, can you explain the origins and how it ended up being a thing?
Culture.
Even though
I think it's zero culture. The zero culture.
Yeah, zero culture.
Zero culture is zero.
Zero boys in the chat.
Everyone. It's not for everyone, guys. It's a very serious topic, you know. You have to be mentally ready for zero every moment and every day. And so I think about community. Cinco and Alba are doing great job every week. Make a show, and Julian, Rolex, my brothers. I love you all, Zero Boys.
So
can you tell me, Meow? Can you tell me, Meow, what do you think about Zero and Zero Boys? I want to hear it.
I mean, MockJUP obviously started as
Apple. You like it? Yeah.
What's that? Sorry, what's that?
No, go ahead.
I mean, MockJUP started as a test token, right? Literally, right? It was a test token with a mock USDC. So there was a MockJUP and mock USDC, right? I mean, guys, that's great memories, you know? Am I right?
Yeah.
Memories,
just
right?
for memories. Just for memories.
Right? Yeah, and after I was like, guys, this is a test token. It's going to zero.
Send it, guys.
And then, sorry, go on. Sorry.
And yet, it has developed this like almost religious fervor around the idea of being a zero boy and around MockJUP, right?
It's so great because honestly, I practice it every day. Because like I mean, you know, right, how stressful everything is and stuff. Like, you know, everything is coming on, like things are crazy and everything.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But then you just got okay. But if you've been through the whole MockJUP cycle, right?
Yeah.
You go like, okay, you know what? You know, like it's all like you really have to take a
It's a magic cycle.
What's that, sorry?
It's a magic.
Yeah, it's magic. It's a magic. Because zero expectations, you know, zero, just zero, right? And just do your thing, right? You know, and whether that thing is building, whether that thing is trading, whether that thing is trading or building or just being a person or just working out, right? So it's a zero mindset, you know, right? So do that. And by the way, MockJUP has the best memes in the space, right? That's super organic, like crazy ass memes.
It's best meme.
and also me and Tommy were workout buddies and stuff. Like he's my coach.
Yeah.
So he would do some crazy workout, and I'll try to follow him. Right, you know, right?
Dragon flags every day.
Dragon flags every day, man. It's the best, man. Yeah.
Win.
Hey, yeah, check out. Hey, catch. That one.
Yeah.
What the graph? No, they're here.
Yeah, did you freeze or did I freeze?
No, you froze.
Oh, I froze. I'm back. What's up?
No, there's this graph there that's pretty funny.
There's a graph here. Yeah. Where is it?
Scroll down.
This one right here.
That one.
This is pretty great. I've seen Zero Boys are like incredibly active in Discord as well as on Twitter. How do you guys think about like where your community actually lives?
What you said?
I said, how do you think about where the community actually lives? I know that there are Telegram groups. It's obviously very active in Discord. It's also on Twitter. We heard from Ponke. They're kind of expanding all over Instagram and so on.
We are on J.U.P Discord.
But guys, man, it's time to get a zero Discord, man. It's time, man. It's time to
I think it might be, honestly. It's getting too big to handle just within the Jupiter Discord at this point. It's too many zero players.
It's time to do a zero Discord, man. It's time, bro. It's time. Yeah. This is this is a good meme. It's like there is bullish and there's bearish and there's zero-ish.
Something special.
Yeah, it's zero-ish. You think whereby you don't care when it's bull, you don't care when it's bad, it's just zero, you know.
I'm realizing we should do more Memecoin calls just because it's so great to have all these memes to look at. This is very entertaining.
We are Navy SEALs of crypto.
The Navy SEALs of crypto.
Yeah. Because like we like.
You can check this on my profile.
Right.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Okay, this might be a PG. This might be PG, but see, that's call me bitch. You know. Cash. One thing I always say this. Do you know why do you know why Zero is the Navy SEAL crypto? Do you know why?
Tell
Do
me.
you know why? Because we are very comfortable with green candle in the hand and red candle in the hand.
And we don't cry.
You don't cry. 0 Boys and Navy SEAls, they don't cry. I dig that. I dig it. I think it's honestly it's like a very like.
Thanks for sharing out, and we're gonna do a workout.
Thank you guys.
Let's do it. Thank you so much for being here.
Public workout coming in with Tommy and Meow. Thanks for coming up, Tommy. Let's keep the good times rolling. Bring our next guest up, Achilles from Shark Cat. Do we have any Shark Cat fans in the chat right now? Can I get a little? I see a lot of scales in there. Do we have any Shark Cat? Achilles, how are you doing? Can you tell people a little bit about how Shark Cat came to be? Oh, wow. There are a bunch of chats around.
Yeah, doing well, guys. Thank you for having me on. Shark Cat is a CTO. It's a pure meme coin, I would say. Kind of started very organically, just off of people liking the picture. And that's how it's grown. We think we're kind of the most normie-friendly meme because we're tied to a real Instagram. Sorry, which has 4 million followers. So we're kind of ready to get into the PPP world, and we're excited for what's to come.
Yeah, so yeah, certainly Shark Cat has been one of the most when I first heard it, I'm like, what the fuck, Shark Cat? You know, because I'm also a cat, right? Meow. You know, so I'm like, oh, I'm actually really happy to see the cat alliance growing. You know, So question for you. So what do you think? And Shark Cat obviously has a really great community, right? So my question is that what do you think grew the community? You know, from but put it this way, I mean, obviously it's a good community now, but looking back, right, what do you think were like the key things that brought the community to where it is today?
Yeah, I think it's really the simplicity of the meme. It's such a cute cat. And you can put the hat on anything. You can put the face over all kinds of different works of art. So very naturally. And I think a big thing that kind of brought everyone together was this IP agreement we have with the original owner of the cat, which is very unique for a meme coin. And like kind of through those few weeks.
How did they come about? That's pretty cool, actually.
Sorry, what's the question?
How did they come about? Because like I can't imagine Tremp being associated with Trump, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, there's a lot of communication with the owner of the cat, Pookie, and yeah, we're collaborating really closely now, and I think that's kind of what differentiates us is that we kind of have a really big into the normie world through Nala and kind of her expertise and on Instagram.
So do you guys find yourself onboarding, like, is Shark Cat one of the first meme coins that a lot of people are getting in your own community?
Yeah, I think so. We're also doing a lot of in real life events that are naturally just onboard regular people. And like the simplicity of it just lends itself really well to normal people because they see how cute it is, and you know they've seen other meme coins like Whiff and they see the similarity, so naturally they understand it and they want to be a part of it.
You know what? I'm kind of jealous here because I mean J.U.P, I love J.U.P. I mean I think J.U.P is the best. Wow. But wow, it's pretty hard to put J.U.P in the ass of Italy, you know what I'm saying? And like meme it. It wouldn't fit as well, you know?
Yeah, I mean like it's when you get a meme like this, it's really simple. People love it and they naturally just want to meme it. They want to put it out there. And we have just incredible people in this community that are working really hard every day, just making art because it's cool and because it's cute. And that's kind of what I think meme coin culture is all about. It's just like doing things for fun and being together and having a good time.
I feel like people who shit on meme coins, right? They don't get it, right? It's like because because I think people who shit on and this is such a great example, right? It's a great example. I think this is such a great example of a community that collaborated, that they got started and managed to find the agreement, right, with the quote unquote the original owner of the image and working together on something, right? Something fun and generative, right? And the keyword I'm looking for is generative, right? So it's like getting all the right stakeholders together and being generative about it. I think Shark is a great example of that. And because you have this generative thing that didn't and actually I think I mean, what is money, right? Money is, but I think one thing that I always talk with Luke is like money is energy, right? Like money gets manifested when you have enough of the right energy, right? Being infused into the space, Yeah, so I think this is a great example of like constant innovation of memes and ideas and creating a community and culture and all that. Yeah.
I got to ask one last question before we let you go here, Achilles. Obviously, Shark Cat is the meme, and then I look at your profile picture and I see what appears to be a very furry cat here. Does this get you any blowback within the community?
No, it's part of the Shark Cat story, I think. A lot of people in Shark Cat, part of the community, started as whiff holders. That's kind of how we met each other, and we just saw the similarities in Shark Cat, and it just seemed like a natural fit. So there's a big overlap in community there.
That's another great PPP thing, right? It's like, like we see these like translational communities. It's like the pie doesn't need to be small. The pie can grow.
Yeah,
we can all have pie.
That's right. I mean, these are, people, I've made great friends through these communities, and that's what this is about. And money is great, and you talked about money having energy, but what's bigger is being able to connect with other people over the internet that you would not expected to have met ever. So I think that's kind of the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
As you love more things, your heart grows bigger. That is certainly true for meme coins as well as personal relationships. That's my little Dr. Phil segment for you. Achilles, thanks so much. We'll bring you up again in just a second.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Hey, Cash, it's so great learning. It's so great learning about these things, man. Like you see these memes, they're funny, right? But it's really something else when you see the people working on it, right? It's so great, Yeah.
You can feel the kind of like intention and authenticity of everyone who's spoken kind of so far. Really just believes in the meme, believes in having a good time,
and I think that's how it works. I mean, you see the 20,000 things that come every day, right? I think that the key differentiator are like the people behind it, right? Like, do they care about the meme, the community, the art, the culture? I think it's just so great.
It's cool. It's a lot of, I mean, hey, the shit is fun. Like that is the first thing. You have fun. And that makes things easier. I think that Bobby from Moutai is not able to join in here, so we're gonna go
Eddie
right
is
along.
Coming, right? But Eddie is coming. Eddie.
I don't think Eddie's in the chat just yet. So in the meantime, let's bring up from the Wen team, Swervor. Swervor, how you doing?
Hello.
How you
Wen.
Wen, another token very close to the Jupiter heart. For people who don't know, Swervor, can you tell them a little bit about how Wen got started and what the Wen boys are all about?
Yeah, of course. So Wen had a pretty fun upbringing. I was working alongside Meow pretty closely leading up to the J.U.P launch. As everyone knows, it was insanely hectic. Did not sleep for multiple nights. There was insane. But just needed to test the Jupiter Launchpad, right? So found like no better way to do it than actually going ahead and testing it with a full-on coin. So that's where kind of Wen came to life, and we were able to bring a fun, exciting community and whole coin to life through testing, leading up to the J.U.P launch. So it's been an awesome journey so far. I just never realized how much a meme coin community can explode and just kind of gather around one unique thing. It's been absolutely awesome. It's kind of been a fun journey building out not only just the meme coin side of it and building out the community, but doing a lot of other exciting initiatives like building out, this NFT standard, we're going alongside of, and just a lot of other fun things that go together to bring a whole community together.
So one of the things that I want to ask you is this, right? It's like, what is the one thing that you learn? Because the Wen community is really awesome, right? So what do you think is the one thing you learn about community building? Ever since you started working on Wen?
Yeah, so I think like one of the biggest things I learned is how much it's built off momentum, right? Everybody loves to rally around one thing, and whether that be right price, whether that just be right the general IP or just meme itself growing, everybody loves to rally off each other. So I've realized like you can create this almost cataclysmic energy off of everybody, and you can create these inner sub communities and just get everybody fueling towards one big trajectory. So it's just so fun to be able to watch a ton of people just who are obsessed with Solana and gambling on Solana around this kind of whole casino meta, right? And all come together and just push one thing forward. So it's like there's really no feeling different than watching a bunch of people come together and just all push one big, coin or one big product forward. So I've just learned so much to really just build off that energy that everyone kind of circulates around.
Yeah, it's interesting because we are product builders, right? So it's very easy to focus more on the product, right, than anything else. But I think one thing that I'm learning too, right, is that when it comes to this kind of when it comes to meme community stuff, it's really about energy, right? The energy is the product.
Exactly. That's
why the energy is the product, Yeah.
That's why I think, it's like it's all built on this just big momentum base. That's why sometimes with these memes, right, you see them run and then you see them just run harder and harder and harder and harder. It's because you have this huge community of people just coming together to push one vision forward. So I think that's like why, like one thing with Wen too coming around this whole cat idea, right? There wasn't a bunch of cats out, right? There was like a couple other coins, and then Wen came out, and now some exciting initiatives that we're working towards, right, is getting all of these cat coins together. So we're going to cover it in the next couple of weeks here, but like pushing all the cat coins together. I think still cat coins are such an underserved niche in the market compared to the billions and billions of dollars injected into the dog coins. I think it's such an exciting initiative. So I want to grab all the cat coins together and push them together so that
we should do a
cat only. Yeah, cats only PPP call.
Yeah,
let's do it. I'm so down. There's so many awesome communities that just form out of the blue. And I think cats are such a fun thing. Cats are so memeable from every perspective. So I don't know. I love it. I think it'd be such a fun
but cats underdog right now, man. You see a market cap of dogs. Oh my god, it's fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
we got some ground to make up.
I mean, we gotta group together, man. We cats have to group together, man. Like we cats have to do it. We
need to. All right, that's on your responsibility now. We need to get a whole planetary call just for the cats.
Just for the cats.
Done.
Just for the cats.
Now we will hold us accountable on that. One last question for you here, buddy. How do you guys think about content? Because I know that some.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. If we push the cat meta forward together, right? That's PPP, right? Because we will all grow together, right? And yeah, I think that's a good example.
I was going to ask here about the content. So you see some meme coin communities that focus on really kind of like lo-fi content, right? Just like simple memes, images that can be remixed very easily, kind of basic primitives that the community can kind of run with. And then you look at Wen, and as we're watching like this video right here, very high production value. Obviously, like some professional animators kind of worked on this. What can you tell us about your content approach here and what kind of people it draws into the community?
Yeah, so I think like one of the biggest things about Wen too is that like it's a little bit different than like an existing meme, right? That was kind of created or like that had existed before, right? So almost similar to like some of the other bigger coins you see like Bonk, right? Like it was kind of created, and now we can really focus on growing this IP as a whole, right? So we can go ahead and like build these things. That's why we're working with some really cool like top-notch companies that are building plushies and big merch for us. And really working on growing this overall idea of this IP. So that's why I think creating like these kind of higher quality animations leads in a whole thing, right? And then we also have our whole degen people that make all of our little degenerate meme clips as well. Because I think there's like the fun balance of building the high quality IP and then also the degen side of the memes that everybody loves. So it's kind of fun. I think Wen can kind of sit in that fun balance of culture coin and then just degen meme coin as well. It's kind of like a fun balance.
One last thing, Cash. Before they go, can you play this video? I sent it in private chat.
Can you send
that video? Just play that real quick. Full screen. Yeah, full screen.
Okay. Is there sound as well?
Yeah, sound. Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me hack into the mainframe and then get this working. There we go. All right.
Wow. That's so cool, right? That's so
That's
cool.
a banger. That is a certified banger right there.
I love it. I love it. This is awesome.
Yeah,
I've
so
never-
I think Swervor done a really, really good job getting the bangers and also the hi-fi stuff together. I think those are actually awesome, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, appreciate
Okay, great discussion. When cat meta, we need to do cat meta together. We are not winning.
Push it
We need
together.
to win the cat meta. I'm sorry. Let's do the cat meta.
together.
Let's go.
We gotta get the cat meta going. I'm telling you, I'm putting it on your guys' shoulders to get that going. But appreciate you guys.
You're leading the way. This is all on your shoulders. We are just humbly trying to bring some good communities, some more attention over here. So thanks for coming on. Shout out to all the WEN folks, that are out there. All right, we'll bring you back up in just a little bit. I do think Adi from Moutai has joined, but it says that his device is not connected. So unfortunately, we're not able to bring
We
him
can
up.
move from Gdawg, yeah? Gdawg first.
Gdawg.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Are you there?
There we
Okay.
go. Gdawg from Galactic Geckos. How's it going, my friend?
Anyway, sorry, just all good. Glad to be here. Thank you.
It is
Yeah,
good to have you
awesome.
here. I know there's some technical issues on the way in. And there you are as well.
Oh, hello, Gecko, hello. Wow, holy shit.
For anyone who doesn't know, how would you describe the Galactic Geckos community?
How would I describe the community? Okay, so
So before you go on, real quick here, I'm so curious. I see genuine articles all the time. I see you guys everywhere and stuff. The energy is always amazing and awesome and great and stuff, right? And I'm just so curious to know like how you guys began, what keeps it going, and why is it so awesome. I'm really curious to know. Yeah.
So how it started, how it began, and how it's going. It's all down to genuine Trap and the team who took it over, because ultimately once Geckos started and they had that crazy run up and peak with the old team, and then the extraction started, people started to realize, this may be a little bit dangerous. And it flattened. There was so much extraction going on. There was like they started to release new add-ons to the Geckos. So there were you can buy this, you can buy like a spaceship part or a crystal, and they started to take extra money from the community, which wasn't needed. So long story short, eventually that just failed. And when genuine Trap, I think Trader Cos was also involved. When they took it over, they started from nothing. So, or even negative. I think that they started from negative funding. So when you look at where Geckos are now, compared to when the buyout took place, that's all funded. That's all been funded and built through genuine articles and Trap, which is incredible when you think about it. Because I believe now we're about second or third with Cleanosaurs on the Solana market cap. So it's testament to them. Genuine articles just does not stop. I mean, I can vouch for, I think, Christmas Day just gone. We were all in the garage just chatting and talking, and I think it's common knowledge the Discord got compromised. But no one took a day off. I mean, I was with family doing Christmas Eve, making dinner with my laptop open, trying to help people. Genuine was there, Trap was there. Everyone came together. There's no one just decided, oh, we'll have a day off. It'll get better. The work ethic for Geckos is incredible.
So many people call this the most amazing Derug, right? And it's quite a thing to say about a project, right? Because like, what do you think? Do you think going through what do you think make it a amazing Derug? Yeah, in your opinion.
I think it makes it amazing Derug because everyone has stayed together. And when you derug a project, some people think, the whole goal is going to be to make some money back and then get out or hand it over to the community. But the passion every day that we see in the Geckos, everyone buying and welcoming new members, it's non-stop. And I think the main thing, the reason I've gone so heavy on Geckos is because I love what I see with the community. No one thinks they're better than anyone else. I mean, we have a group like a high member group, G8 plus, and we all talk to each other like you own one Gecko. No one's better than anyone else.
You know what? I feel like I mean the reason why I feel like genuine articles is not here today, but I'll talk to him about that soon. I feel like he's great. I think I remember you know we were Gdawg, right? Gdawg.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot of Twitter space, right? And then and it's always it's always been awesome having him come up and talking, right? Because he has that really awesome way of communicating that is both like constructive and no bullshit. It's like this proof, right? How you this, but also very supportive, right? And I think that energy is really awesome. You know, like they're also very down to earth. I think what I say down to earth, right? Down to earth, like constructive, but also positive, right? I think those are things that are actually important.
Yeah.
I think there was a tweet in here that I really just wanted to call it because I think it speaks to the PPP mentality that we're talking about over here. So Liberty, after listing my gecko, I had multiple people from the community reach out, not to lowball or sell shame, but instead to check out and make sure that everything is okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's pretty good. That is pretty great.
It's something we've talked about because look, like at the end of the day, everyone has IRL things. Something might come up, and the worst thing that could happen for us as geckos is somebody sells because they didn't feel valued or they got sell shamed. Nobody does that. We'll get in touch with someone and just make sure that, you know, are you selling because you have to pay a bill? Are you selling because you don't like the community? Have we done something? We will always want to learn and improve, and usually it's just the person says, I just need to take some capital, but I'll be back. Thanks for reaching out. It's a small thing, but these small things are what builds a massive, strong community.
I think that's the biggest thing. You treat people like humans and members over just numbers or holders, right? You're actually like, you care about the people.
I think it goes back to one of the core ideas of PPP, right? It's like in the PvP community, every player doesn't care about others. That's really a key difference, right? And they don't care about others; they just care about their own backs, right? But then you transition, like the MockJUP is a great example, right? It's like you really go beyond, like you really go beyond like just caring about a number, right? Caring about each other, right? And you see that all the time in great communities, right? For example, when Solana was, let me give you a few examples, right? Ethereum was shit back then, right? Solana was $8, right, guys? Solana was $8, but then at that point in time, obviously everyone was sad about the backs, right? Obviously, right? But you really see people caring about each other. You really do, right? You really see everyone coming together and how do we help? How do we do this thing? How do we build together? How do we fix things, right? And I think that because guys, we're in crypto, everything crashes at some point, right? The question is that when it crashes, what is left?
Yeah,
you know, right? In the PPP community, nothing at all, right? Nothing. But in the PPP community, energy, resilience, right? Brotherhood, you know, sisterhood, you know, that's what's left, you know, and honestly, every single community that pulls through has that, you know. Yeah, which is why I think PPP is modern, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you see, I can see a meme on the side there, we all win together.
Yeah.
And one of the best things about Genuine in the team is, and I think you touched on it before when you see him speak on Spaces or on Twitter, there's a genuine interest to make everyone win, to like the tide rises all boats. We're not here to, like, no one's here to slag off any other community or say we're better than you. If we all win, surely that's a great thing. You don't want to win at the expense of others. It's something that's always drilled into gecko holders, and it's a privilege to be part of it, and I'll always try and support them the best I can.
Awesome. So good to hear from you. Yeah, so great.
Great to see. Problem. I love it. Love to see it. I think embodying it, the ethos here, the community Derug, trauma bonding people together with the right attitude going forward. Love to see it. Thanks so much for coming up, Gdawg.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. So I think we have unfortunately lost Mautai entirely. So now both Adi and Bobby are unable to join. So maybe what we can do just for the last like 10 minutes here is bring everyone back up on stage. So let me stop sharing the screen. I'll bring everyone up, including the longtime favorite Julian is here as well, folks, from the MockJUP, one of the Zero boys, of course. And we could talk a little bit. There we go. Let's put everyone here. And just talk about some of the things that are going on right now. There it is. Look at that. The Cadets Working Group Lead, MockJUP Mastermind, and everything else. One of the things that I think is obviously top of mind for everyone right now is these celeb coins, right? Are these celeb coins an attempt to build genuine community? Are they PPP? Are you seeing them be PPP, where they're actually trying to build out people and help other people win? Wake says hi to Julian as well. Would love to get any thoughts from some of these community leaders right here on the current celeb coin meta.
I can touch on it a little bit.
Please.
For my thoughts on it. I think, like, personally, so, we just seen, obviously this Mother coin has been obviously kind of doing really well recently now, not to just, solely base it off price action. But it is really cool to kind of see a celebrity come in and it actually kind of go the other way than what we've always seen it in the past, right? I think we've always kind of seen the celebrity coins come in and then they don't, they're here for a little bit, they get their money and maybe they're off, right? And, we've seen other few coins all do that recently too, where they just come in, they disappear and come out. But I think, like, if someone can be super educated in this space and can lead a coin to where it should go, or a NFT project or whatever it is, I think that's a great direction and ad for the space, right? Because some of these celebrities have, big names and big, communities and a big exposure to communities that is far outside of crypto normally, right? So I think if there was, a way to correctly educate a lot of these celebrities and correctly kind of I don't want to say build them into our communities, I think that would be a really cool way to do it. But I think there is a lot of celebrities who come in and, they don't know the space, so they just come try to make some money and then that's about it. So, but I don't know, I think it is cool if they can come in for the right intentions and, build, and would love to help upbuild them overall. But I don't know, that's my take. I know it's kind of a controversial subject.
I've got something to add too. One thing that I'll say is that a successful coin like Mother helps legitimize this space, especially in the meme coin scene and coming from a celebrity amidst other celebrity rugs, thinking about like what happened with Hulk Hogan yesterday. To have someone like Iggy be really positive on crypto, to support her token and her fans, I think is a really big deal, just in terms of legitimizing the fact that it can be done well. I think all the teams here know that and are doing that, but it's nice to have something that is maybe a little more quote unquote normie facing that's doing that as well.
Yeah, I think it's well said. How much of that comes down to the celebrity themselves and the leader? I think one of the tough things for communities is that, unlike building an audience where it really is just the person who's at the center of the stage and talking to everyone else, dictating the way things go, obviously communities require strong social bonds among a lot of people. I'm curious if any of you guys have thoughts on the kind of distinction, like what role a community leader has to play as you're trying to put a community together here.
They're the mascot. They're the mascot. Like, we've got Ponke. Mew has their cat. We've got another cat on stage with us right now. These mascots are essential to sending the brand, to conveying the brand's message, and that's what the celebrity is in that case. Iggy's the mascot, right? Like, every time she posts another pic, the market cap goes up. And there's a reason for that. It's not unlike when Ponke posts another reel, right? Like, we are creating content, they are creating content, they are the face of their brand, in the same way that I think all of us have a face for our brands.
Gdawg, did you want to jump in? I thought I saw you.
No, I mean, I was quite interested when I seen Iggy launch the token and people talking about it. I'm not going to lie, I was extremely skeptical because, these never usually end well. But I've listened to her talking. I've listened to talk, like, when she's talking about, like, family, and what she wants to do and achieve with the sanctuary for the koalas and such. And I really, really hope that I think someone just mentioned it there, that this kind of just shows a spotlight on, if you can bring genuine people in who are genuinely interested in the scene, then I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, you've seen what happened with Hogan last night. That was a disaster. So bringing someone like Iggy in and the way she's talking about it, it's all really positive at the minute. And I think that's only a good thing for us as a whole community.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think, when things are being done well, it serves as a model for, you don't have to run. You can actually have a profitable thing that also helps other people win without kind of stealing all the liquidity away yourself. On a more general point, I think I'm very curious here. Everyone on the stage has a successful project. How do you go about building a community of kind of like holders, true believers, versus a community of jeeters who are just there to buy it and then dump it immediately? Are there any particular actions that you take? Is it just down to the meme that kind of like is the center of the community? How do you guys think about community building here? Maybe B, if you want to jump first.
I think it's like making sure that you're keeping your community engaged. Like, if they see that things are happening, and that is not to say utility. Like sometimes, and I speak to a lot of communities. I speak to a lot of coins, and people come to me for advice, and they're like, "What should we do?" And they say, "Should we like add a community in or so on?" And I'm like, you know what you have to do? It's not always about utilities or so on. It's a meme coin. Just keep them engaged, keep them laughing. Like make sure that the community is seeing that you're actively doing things and engage with them too. I think a lot of teams maybe aren't so engaged in the community, and we're constantly trying to speak to them. We ask for their opinions. Like if they feel like they also have ownership of the coin, right? So like they say, okay, we have this idea. And if you're just all the time being like, no, I don't really care what people think, this is our coin and what we know is best. But you should be going to a community and saying, what do you guys want to see? Like what would excite you? Like where can you see this going? What ideas do you have for memes? Okay, you like this platform, let's speak to them. So I think if the community sees that you're interested in what they have to say, then they will hold, because then they feel like this is not just a trade for them. This is like their bags, but you know, their bags, and they can really have an impact in the coin as well.
Thanks, well said. Julian, I saw you laughing on that point as well. Any thoughts on this?
Oh, sorry, just to kind of go back a little bit about the Iggy point, right? I was actually there for like the first spaces as well. And I think like the important point here about like the whole like celebrity coin thing is that like the whole like the celebrity label is a bit like I feel like it's a bit like a stereotype kind of thing, right? And I feel like it's more important that we actually treat like each person that comes in as like a different individual and like just observe like what that person is like, right? I don't think it's necessarily kind of like a good thing to kind of just label them as like one group of people that will all act in the same way. I think that's kind of the lesson that I personally learned here from like the whole EV situation. Yeah, then I think in terms of like community building, right? I think so funny enough, I think today I was at like this the Vietnam conference, right? And I was like representing like Jupiter there and stuff. And there was this talk going on, and it was about like NFT and like culture and community building. And I think like one of the panelists said something like really, really interesting that kind of stuck with me, is that like community building, like from his perspective, is like there are like two aspects, right? There's like the intrinsic kind of like motivation part of things, and then there's like the extrinsic part, which is like the financial aspect, like the airdrops, the kind of like freebies and things they give people. But I think the really hard part is kind of like what B has said just now as well, in terms of like engagement, in terms of like getting the intrinsic motivation, like how to get the community to actually care about the cause or care about the purpose or the mission that you're going for, right? As a community, and I think that's really like the key to kind of have a sustainable kind of a long-term community that's like strong and PPP in a sense, right? Because you're going for like the freebies and stuff, there's always like a scarce kind of like a limited amount, and then people are gonna like just PPP with each other over there.
One thing I want to add to that too is I think like so much of this, community building and so much of the people involved in the community, it's such an emotional thing tied to all of this, right? Like we've seen it with NFTs, we've seen it with meme coins, we've seen it with everything, but there's so much of an emotional tie to all this stuff. And I think Meow put out a pretty good tweet the other day, just talking about how like feelings are the ultimate utility, right? Like people want to feel something. Like what can you do in your community to really invoke that feeling on people that they want to, either get more of your coin, or they're just so excited they just can't ever imagine even leaving that community. So I think there's like so many pieces to it that really tie together. But I do think like emotions and feelings play such a big part in all of the community aspect, at least.
Go ahead, Gdawg.
I just wanted to say, when you're talking about emotion and feelings there, we in the Gecko channel in the Discord, we have a mental wellness channel that we set up, and it's just to mention that during last year, or when Solana was $8 basically, and for that period where we sat from $8 to $20, $30, and there's a lot of people having a rough time. And when we set up that mental wellness, that was just something for the community, where if anyone was struggling about anything, they felt comfortable just coming in and having a chat. And I just think when we're talking about PPP, you don't want to lose anyone from the community, and you don't want them to feel like they've joined something but nobody cares because the price has gone right down. And I think that's been a massive help for so many people. And it's been nice to see people come out of the other end from just having a chat. Sometimes that's all you need, just a talk.
Love that. Supporting individuals and I think helping focus on people no matter where they are in life and having to bring them up and make sure that they're all right. It's great.
Yeah.
Maybe the last question I'll ask, Gdawg is a genuinely nice guy. The chat's a big fan of Gdawg over here, rightly so. The last question I'll ask is just one generally about the value of utility as you guys are thinking about building out your own communities. There's this kind of intense debate of like, hey, do you need to have utility? Is it just about the vibes and the energy? I'm curious if anyone here has any thoughts about how you think about constructing the roadmap, if at all your community even has one.
I can touch on this a little bit.
Yeah, please.
From our perspective. So I think overall, as meme coins come to the be, right? Sometimes the idea of utility can be seen as bearish, right? Whereas you just want to have this meme that just can moon, and if you attach too many things to it, it starts to kind of take the other effect, right? Where it starts to become this more or less protocol or project, and then it kind of isn't so much focused on just the whole idea of a meme. And that's why I think like one of the cool ideas that we're really working on is instead of us building these products, like whether it be a wallet or what other things, right? It's more focused on being the facilitator of other people building products around your own ecosystem. So that's why like one of the coolest things that we're kicking off soon is a really cool grant program and a really cool site for people to make use of when, and we can give out just a bunch of when to be able to basically build these products and enable people to build around the ecosystem, and then we can use the when ecosystem to then push that and really maximize all these things. I think like a really cool example of this is something like with Bonk, right? How BonkBot came to life, right? It's not directly from the Bonk team, right? Basically built around it, and I think a lot of cool opportunities can come if you enable and facilitate people to build stuff around your whole product and around your whole community. I think that's where a lot of the power can come into it. So that's kind of where we're focused and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my raw take on, I think, like utility around meme coins from a whole.
I like that idea a lot. I think that I talk sometimes about arming the missionaries as one of like the key jobs of any good community leader, right? Is like you find the people who really believe in it, and then you give them the resources that they need to help spread the mission and evangelize even further. So I think that's great. Anyone on the other side of it who thinks that utility is overrated in meme coins?
Yeah, I think I'd be more on that team. I think these are kind of meant to be fun and light, and that's kind of their utility. I don't believe in adding any tools or products. I think memes should just be what they are, and I think Sharkcat will always be just that, just a meme.
Light as a feather. So how do you think about like the meme generator that you guys created with that, or is it Meme Drop? Is that the same thing?
That would be I'd had that. Is that what you mean? Yeah, that's just kind of a tool for. Yeah, I guess I'm using the word tool, but it's more just to enable a community to kind of spread the message and spread the meme itself. I don't really consider that any to be really utility. It's more just
it's like an accelerant for meme propagation.
Yes, a memetic accelerant.
Very fair. Any other thoughts here before we jump out?
I'll add to that too. I mentioned meme trend earlier, and I wouldn't view meme trend necessarily as a utility of Ponke. I think that Ponke exists as Ponke first and foremost. Our mission is to deliver content that is appealing and draws people in. Meme trend though is more of an ecosystem play, which I think is what you were getting at, Swervor, on the win side. It's more about how do you support the broader ecosystem around your token, and it's less about us supporting the token directly. There are some other pieces to that we've shared on Twitter in the past, but I think that's the bigger message here is how do you support your memes ecosystem and perhaps the broader ecosystem as well.
Makes sense. And Z-Stream saying in the chat here, community is utility, which I think is also very true and a nice way to potentially end this off because we have gone long in classic Planetary call fashion. So I want to say thank you so much to Achilles from Sharkcat, to Ponke from Ponke, Julian from Scales, as well as, I saw you changed the little bio there, Julian, from the Good Network Group, MockJUP, Gdawg from Galactic, Geckos, B from Donald Tremp, and Swervor from When. Thank you all so much for coming out. It was a pleasure to have you all out here.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Cool. I'm going to bring up the POAP in a second because I know some folks have been waiting eagerly. So let me share my screen real quick. We'll get that POAP up here, and then we will be on our merry way, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I would love to hear any kind of responses, reflections. You can jump over to the Uplink working group chat in the Jupiter Discord, or just tag me on Twitter at CashDonda. I would love to know what you thought of the session, and should we do some more of them? Should we keep bringing on more PPP communities and mean this into existence? In the PPP spirit, this is the POAP for today, a beautiful piece of art. Shout out to Srijani for putting this together. All you got to do is scan this QR code to be able to claim. Remember, you will need to connect either your Discord or your Twitter so that we know you're a real person and not just a bot. First time I've seen the POAP, I'm not complaining. I love it, says Irish. That's good to know. Here it is. The link was just put into the chat by the Jupiter Exchange handle, so you should be able to get it there for the forum. Otherwise, you can scan this one right over here. I'll leave it up. Again, beautiful piece of art. Pretty great stuff. Thanks so much for joining on behalf of myself and Meow, who had to unfortunately jump a little bit here. This was our first ever PPP focused planetary call. We're going to do more of these over time. Let us know what other strong communities you want to hear from and learn more about. Obviously, nothing on this call is investment advice. Definitely do your own research before you take a look at any of these people, but we wanted to spotlight some communities that we think are pretty special. Go follow Jupiter on Discord and the Jupe DAO as well, Jupe_DAO. And please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make my day. Folks, appreciate you all coming out. That's going to be it for this time. I've been CashDonda. I'll see you next week. We'll be back on Wednesday with a regularly scheduled planetary call. Thanks so much for coming out. Goodbye, everyone.